Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Akakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who do well and teach this truth with all honesty and sincerity. Salutations to you brothers around the four corners of the earth that push this truth with all honesty and sincerity with great diligence to wake up the whole elect of Israel. Double shalom to you, Akim, that come looking like the heathen, but you are in fact of the stock of Israel, and you hold near and dear this truth, and follow the laws, statutes, and commandments to the best of your abilities, wherever you may be scattered. And shalom to the few sincere Akwatim that listen and learn in silence, playing your creation role as the Lord commanded you to, which is being reverence, giving reverence to your husbands, and being his pillar of rest. This is your brother Azar from GMS St. Louis, and I was watching this older movie of 2005, I believe. I like to go back and check out the older films from the 90s and early 2000s to see just the things that they were putting in the movies that we weren't privy to. Now we can understand and see things through the spirit, but this movie, Who's Your Caddy, um, with the rapper Big Boy and Faison Love, few comedians, but it's basically him trying to get into a membership of Esau's little prestigious club or golf club or whatever. But Esau says something, and it went over a lot of people's heads. But being in this truth, you understand the spirit of Esau and the violence that he took against his brother Jacob. I'm gonna play this clip a little bit and grab some precepts, and Lord willing, you be edified.
Hell no, that ain't the real. I ain't no out shopping with remember what's happening. We in the right place. How may we help you? I'm in desperate search for an application. Well, take them to the caddy master. We always have a spot in the yard for an enterprising young man who can carry a bag. What? What? Did he call you a nigga? I'm going to carry a bag. If you prefer, you can work in the stables. Horses? How are you with a shovel? Yeah. You just said, nigga, shovel that horse. Me? Shovel horse shit? Honest work. Gee, could you please hold this 9-ball and who's talking to? Yes, I will. Gentlemen, step back. Stop. You are in the presence of a multi-platinum greatness. Take that shit. The impresario of hip-hop. Bam. The godfather of modern rap. Bam. The artist formerly known as Bam. Tell the girl. Christopher C. Hawkins. The one, the only, C. Note. Southside. I'm sorry, Mr. Note. I don't want to watch TV. As you can see, we're in the middle of reviewing candidates for membership. So, just in time. Sign me up. I'm afraid it doesn't work that way. You see, we have a very stringent application process. Stringent. That is stringent process. Gee, could you please show them some love for me one time? How's $1 million? Membership's only $500,000. Keep the rest as gratuity. For letting us circumvent your stringent process. Feel me? No, I don't. This is a very exclusive. We have a 5-year wait list. Of over 600 very qualified members. Very qualified. We only have 180 members. I can assure you, Mr. Bell, there is not a chance in hell that you will be number 181. You feel me? That's cool. I'm not your brother. That's some strict shit.
You see there at the end, Esau that I am not your brother, and that's his spirit, man. That was the spirit that was in Cain, and it came back in the earth as Esau, man. This is Genesis, the 27th chapter. Now, Isaac was old and getting ready to transcend, to give up the ghost, and he was blessing his sons. And Jacob, through the spirit, went and posed as Esau because Esau had sold his birthright. He as the firstborn son, which he would have inherited, the kingdom. Instead, he inherited the fatness of the earth and ruling by the sword, which he does. And now he is envious because he knows what the birthright means. You see, but since there has been a perpetual hatred for Jacob from Esau. But get into it. So after Isaac blessed Jacob, thinking he's Esau, which it was all set up by the Spirit anyway, because Esau had despised his birthright. Uh, I start at verse 33. And Isaac his father said unto him, Who art thou? And he said, I am thy son, thy firstborn Esau. This is Esau coming after Jacob had already got the blessing. And Isaac trembled very exceedingly and said, where is he that hath taken venison and brought it me, and I have eaten of all before thou camest, and have blessed him, yea, and he shall be blessed. And when Esau heard the words of his father, he cried with a great and exceeding bitter cry, and said unto his father, Bless me, even me also, O my father. And he said, Thy brother came with subtlety and hath taken away thy blessing. And he said, Is he not rightly named Jacob, which Yaquab in Hebrew means supplanter? For he has supplanted me these 2 times. He took away my birthright, and behold, now he hath taken away my blessing. And he said, Hast thou not reserved a blessing for me? Now, understanding, we know that Esau despised his birthright. He gave it away. He sold it unto Jacob, being slick. He thought he was going to go and get blessed by Isaac, but the Lord had it set up to where Jacob received the blessing anyway, and the birthright. Um, Verse 37, and Isaac answered and said unto Esau, Behold, I have made him thy Lord, and all his brethren have I given to him for servants, and with corn and wine have I sustained him. And what shall I do now unto thee, my son? Esau said unto his father, Hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, which they partake in that, and of the dew of heaven from above, and by thy sword shall thou live. And he does, man. Everything he has gotten has been by the sword, man. Death and destruction. And shall serve thy brother, and it shall come to pass when thou shalt have dominion that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. And they did. They did. They were in servitude under us, man. That's a part of history they don't talk about during the Dark Ages. Um, and they came into rulership during the Renaissance, the rebirth of the Roman Empire. Verse 41, Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, The days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then I will slay my brother Jacob. You see, he had war in his heart because of his own doing. Now let's go back a little to Genesis 4, um, to Cain and Abel. And we'll start at the top. And Adam knew his wife, Salakia, and Adam knew Eve, his wife, and she conceived and bare Cain. So he knew his wife. He had sex with her, and she conceived. She got pregnant, bare Cain, and said, I have gotten a man from the Lord. And she again bare his brother Abel. And Abel was a keeper of sheep, but Cain was a tiller of the ground. And in process of time, it came to pass that Cain brought of the fruit of the ground an offering unto the Lord. And Abel, he also brought of the firstlings of his flock, and of the fat thereof, and the Lord had respect unto Abel and to his offering. But to Cain and to his offering he had not respect, and Cain was very wroth, and his countenance fell. See, Cain brought unworthy um, um, offering. You see, when you offer to the Lord, it has to be blemishless. Can't give him none, no, any old thing. It has to be whole, perfect. Um, Verse 6, and the Lord said unto Cain, why art thou wroth, and why is thy countenance fallen? If thou doest well, shalt thou not be accepted? And if thou doest not well, sin lieth at the door. And unto thee shall be his desire, and thou shalt rule, Salakia. And unto thee shall be his desire, and thou shalt rule over him. And Cain talked with Abel, his brother, and it came to pass when they were in the field that Cain rose up against Abel his brother and slew him. And the Lord said unto Cain, where is Abel thy brother? And he said, I know not. Am I my brother's keeper? See? And he said, what hast thou done? The voice of thy brother's blood crieth unto me from the ground. Now art thou cursed from the earth, which hath opened her mouth to receive thy brother's blood from thy hand. When thou tillest the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto thee her strength. A fugitive and a vagabond shalt thou be in the earth. And Cain said unto the Lord, my punishment is greater than I can bear. Behold, thou hast driven me out this day from the face of the earth, and from thy face shall I be hid, and I shall be a fugitive and a vagabond in the earth. And it shall come to pass that everyone that findeth me shall slay me. And the Lord said unto him, therefore, whosoever slayeth Cain, vengeance shall be taken on him sevenfold. And the Lord set a mark upon Cain, lest any finding him should kill him. You see, and that mark was leprosy. And they try to spin it today saying that they're the only people who look this way because they're the chosen. No, the Lord put that mark on you to let you know who the seed of the devil is, which is Esau Edom, the wicked seed, man. You see, this the same spirit that was in Esau. Let's go to the book of Ezekiel 35. And I started from the top. Moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir and prophesy against it. Mount Seir was a dwelling place for Esau, man. And say unto it, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out my hand against thee. I will make thee most desolate. I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I live, said the Lord Yahweh, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee, since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. Thus will I make Mount Seir most desolate, and cut off from him that passeth out, and him that returneth. And I will fill his mountains with slain men, in thy hills, and in thy valleys, and in all thy rivers shall they fall that are slain with the sword. I will make thee perpetual desolations, and thy city shall not return, and ye shall know that I am the Lord. Because thou hast said, these two nations, talking about the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom of Israel, which makes up the 12 tribes of Israel, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. These two nations and these two countries shall be mine, and we will possess it, whereas the Lord was there. Therefore, as I live, said the Lord Yahweh, I will even do according to thine anger and according to thine envy, which thou hast used out of thy hatred against them. And I will make myself known among them when I have judged thee. And thou shalt know that I am the Lord, and that I have heard all thy blasphemies which thou hast spoken against the mountains of Israel, saying, they are laid desolate, they are given us to consume. Thus with your mouth ye have boasted against me, and have multiplied your words against me. I have heard them. Thus said the Lord Yahweh, when the whole earth rejoiceth, I will make thee desolate, as thou didst rejoice at the inheritance of the house of Israel, because it was desolate. So will I do unto thee. Thou shalt be desolate, O Mount Seir, and all Idumea, even all of it, and they shall know that I am the Lord. And that word Idumea is a Greek way of saying Edom, the Edomites, which are the so-called white race. You see, the Lord is going to recompense him for his hatred, man. Let's go to the book of Amos, chapter 1, and verse 11. Thus said the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4, I would not turn away the punishment thereof, because he did pursue his brother with the sword, and did cast off all pity, and his anger did tear perpetually, and he kept his wrath forever. But I will send a fire upon Teman, which shall devour the places of Basra. Basra is another uh, habitation of Edom. Now, let's go to the book of Romans, chapter 9. I started verse 10. And not only this, but when Rebekah also had conceived by one, even by our father Isaac, for the children being not yet born, neither having done any good or evil, that the purpose of Yahweh according to election might stand, not of works, but of him that calleth. It was said unto her, the elder shall serve the younger, as it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. What shall we say then? Is there unrighteousness with Yahweh? Yahweh forbid. You see, the Lord hate Esau, man. He was set up to be wicked. You see, them not even being born, Jacob was set up to be righteous, and Esau was set up to be the wicked, man. The perfect balance of the Heavenly Father. You see, let's go to Book of Deuteronomy, 7 and 6. And it reads, for thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy power. To the Lord thy power hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself above all people that are upon the face of the earth. You see? So uh that's another reason Esau is upset, mad, because he can't get the Heavenly Father to cast us off, man. That's why they're trying to go in space. That's why they're trying to go to the depths of the sea to get the Lord to cut us off from being a nation. You see, which is mentioned in the book of Jeremiah, like a trick covenant the Heavenly Father proposed. You know, they're gonna die trying to accomplish that 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 fake bet that the Lord proposed out. You see, if thou can measure the height of heaven and the depths of the sea, he'll cut off Israel from a nation. That's why they're trying to accomplish these feats, man. And our people, we have no business trying to even um, be accepted by these devils anyway. You know, trying to enter into their clubs and these societies and these um, organizations, you're going to defile yourself because Esau knows exactly who you are and what it takes to get you to be defiled. You see, our people don't know. Isaiah 1 and 3, the ox know his owner, the ass his master crib, but Israel does not consider. They don't consider that they are bound by the laws of the Heavenly Father, the law, statutes, and commandments of the scriptures. They don't consider that they are still in the contract with the Heavenly Father. But Esau knows it. That's why he presents everything to us that'll defile us and destroy us, man. Let's go to the book of Leviticus 20 and verse 26. And ye shall be holy unto me, for I am the Lord. For I, the Lord, am holy. Salakia, I have severed you from other people that ye should be mine. You see? So the Lord severed us from the other nations, man. That's he separated us. That's what holy means, separate. Set apart. You know, we are to be a holy nation, man. Not to be trying to be mingle with the heathens per se, or be accepted by them. We're better. Let's go to Deuteronomy the 33rd chapter, and I'll start at verse 26. There is none like unto the power of Jeshurun, who rideth upon the heaven in thy help, and in his excellency on the sky. The eternal power is thy refuge, and underneath are the everlasting arms, and he shall thrust out the enemy from before thee, and shall say, Destroy them. Israel then shall dwell in safety alone. The fountain of Jacob shall be upon a land of corn and wine, also his heavens shall drop down dew. Happy art thou, O Israel, who is like unto thee, O people saved by the Lord, the shield of thy help, and who is the sword of thy excellency, and thine enemies shall be found liars unto thee, and thou shalt tread upon their high places. You see, we ain't gonna be trying to be accepted by them pretty soon. We're gonna tread them down and be set on high by the Heavenly Father, man. And eventually all Israel is gonna be whole again and in their right mind, perfect, having the laws on our inward parts. And we're gonna know. We're gonna know all righteousness. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 14 and verse 1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land, and the stranger shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob, and the people shall take them and bring them to their places, to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids, and they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. You see, the Lord is going to change the tables, man. He's going to turn the tables. And and it shall come to pass in the day that the Lord shall give thee rest from thy sorrow and from thy fear and from the hard bondage wherein thou was made to serve. You see, Lord is going to change the tables on them, man. Let's go to the book of Obadiah. And I'll start at verse 10. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. You see, and that's what's happening right now. They being hit with that shame because their deeds are being exposed, how they have been moving all along, lying to the rest of the world, policing the rest of the world, but you treating the Lord's people like, mud on the ground. In the day that thou stoodest on the other side, in the day that the strangers carried away captive his forces, and foreigners entered into his gates and cast lots upon Jerusalem, even thou wast as one of them. But thou shouldest not have looked on the day of thy brother in the day that he became a stranger. Neither shouldest thou have rejoiced over the children of Judah in the day of their destruction. You see, the so-called Negroes, man, when we were being ran out of, our homeland, we were attacked. They joy. They was rejoicing over that. Neither shouldest thou have spoken proudly in the day of distress. Thou shouldest not have entered into the gate of my people in the day of their calamity. Yea, thou shouldest not have looked on their affliction in the day of their calamity, nor have laid hands on their substance in the day of their calamity. Neither shouldest thou have stood in the crossway to cut off those of his that did escape. Neither shouldest thou have delivered up those of his that did remain in the day of distress. For the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathen. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thine own head. For as ye have drunk upon my holy mountain, so shall all the heathen drink continually. Yea, they shall drink, and they shall swallow down, and they shall be as though they had not been. But upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance, and there shall be holiness, and the house of Jacob shall possess their possessions. And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble, and they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord hath spoken it. You see, so the Lord is going to turn these tables, man, and Esau is going to be seeking approval from Jake. Hope this has been an edifying lesson. I'm gonna say Kwam Yasharala, Shalom, and Abba Babal.